Top 20 Internal Auditor Interview Questions and Answers. Internal auditors play a vital role in ensuring that organizations remain compliant, efficient, and financially transparent. An internal auditor interview often focuses on your technical expertise, risk management skills, and ability to identify areas for improvement. Employers also seek candidates who demonstrate integrity, independence, and strong communication skills. This guide presents the top 20 internal auditor interview questions and answers to help you prepare effectively, boost your confidence, and leave a strong impression. 1. Why did you choose internal auditing as a career? I chose internal auditing because it combines my analytical skills, problem-solving abilities, and interest in financial integrity. The role allows me to assess internal controls, identify risks, and recommend solutions that strengthen organizational performance. Internal auditing is dynamic since it involves evaluating different areas of a business, from compliance to operational efficiency. I enjoy contributing to continuous improvement and ensuring processes align with policies, regulations, and industry standards while maintaining independence and objectivity. 2. What is the role of an internal auditor? The role of an internal auditor is to evaluate and improve the effectiveness of risk management, internal controls, and governance processes. Internal auditors provide independent assurance that organizational operations comply with policies, laws, and regulations. They also help identify inefficiencies, prevent fraud, and safeguard company assets. By conducting audits, analyzing data, and reporting findings to management, internal auditors support transparency, accountability, and better decision-making. Their work ultimately helps organizations achieve objectives more effectively and responsibly. 3. How do you assess internal controls? I begin by reviewing policies, procedures, and workflows to understand control objectives. Then, I perform walkthroughs and interviews to evaluate processes. I test controls using sampling, reperformance, and data analysis to ensure their design and implementation are effective. I also check segregation of duties, authorization processes, and monitoring mechanisms. After assessment, I highlight weaknesses and recommend improvements. My focus is always on ensuring that internal controls minimize risks and enhance operational efficiency and compliance. 4. How do you handle conflicts with management during an audit? I handle conflicts with management by maintaining professionalism, objectivity, and open communication. First, I listen to their perspective and clarify misunderstandings, emphasizing that the audit aims to strengthen processes, not criticize individuals. I present evidence-based findings supported by documentation to validate my conclusions. If disagreements persist, I escalate the matter diplomatically to senior leadership or the audit committee. Maintaining transparency, respect, and a collaborative mindset ensures audit integrity while preserving positive working relationships. 5. What is risk-based auditing? Risk-based auditing is an approach where audit activities focus on the areas with the highest risks. Instead of reviewing every process equally, auditors assess where the likelihood and impact of risks are greatest, such as financial reporting, fraud, or regulatory compliance. This approach ensures resources are used efficiently while addressing critical issues that could significantly affect business performance. Risk-based auditing not only improves audit effectiveness but also aligns with organizational priorities and strengthens risk management practices. 6. How do you detect fraud during an internal audit? Detecting fraud requires a combination of professional skepticism, analytical techniques, and a strong understanding of internal controls. I look for red flags such as unusual transactions, missing documentation, or patterns that deviate from norms. I use data analytics to identify inconsistencies and perform detailed testing where necessary. Employee interviews can also reveal irregularities. If fraud is suspected, I document evidence carefully and report it confidentially to management or the audit committee, following established protocols. 7. How do you ensure compliance in your audits? I ensure compliance by staying updated on relevant laws, regulations, and industry standards. Before beginning an audit, I identify compliance requirements specific to the organization's sector. During the audit, I test controls and procedures to verify adherence. I also cross-check documents, perform detailed sampling, and interview staff to confirm awareness of compliance measures. If gaps exist, I recommend corrective actions. Regular training and continuous monitoring are essential in supporting long-term compliance and accountability. 8. How do you prepare an internal audit plan? To prepare an internal audit plan, I first assess the organization's objectives, risks, and industry environment. I review previous audit reports, policies, and compliance requirements to identify priority areas. Next, I allocate resources and develop timelines, ensuring high-risk areas receive adequate attention. I communicate with management to align expectations while maintaining independence. The plan outlines scope, methodology, and reporting processes. A structured and risk-focused plan ensures efficient audits that provide valuable insights and recommendations. 9. How do you maintain independence as an internal auditor? Independence is critical in auditing. I maintain independence by avoiding conflicts of interest and ensuring objectivity in all engagements. I do not participate in operational decision-making to avoid impairing my judgment. I adhere to ethical standards such as those outlined by the Institute of Internal Auditors, IIA. Additionally, I disclose any potential conflicts to senior management. Maintaining both actual and perceived independence strengthens credibility, ensures unbiased reporting, and builds trust in audit results. 10. How do you communicate audit findings? I communicate audit findings clearly, concisely, and constructively. First, I prepare a report highlighting key issues, their potential risks, and evidence supporting conclusions. I categorize findings by priority to help management focus on critical areas. Importantly, I provide practical and actionable recommendations, not just highlight weaknesses. During presentations, I use simple language, avoiding excessive jargon, to ensure clarity. I encourage open discussion and collaboration, which helps management see the audit as a valuable improvement tool. 11. What steps do you take when identifying risks? When identifying risks, I begin by reviewing business objectives, processes, and external factors. I gather information through interviews, policy reviews, and past audit reports. I then analyze financial and operational data to detect trends or anomalies. Once identified, I assess risks based on likelihood and potential impact. This allows me to prioritize critical risks for deeper evaluation. By aligning risk assessment with organizational goals, I ensure audits address the most significant vulnerabilities effectively. 12. How do you deal with resistance during audits? Resistance is common, but I handle it with patience and professionalism. I explain the audit's purpose as a supportive process aimed at improving efficiency and compliance, not penalizing individuals. I build trust by showing empathy, listening to concerns, and ensuring transparency throughout the process. If resistance continues, I remain calm, present objective evidence, and escalate the matter only when necessary. Establishing rapport and maintaining open communication usually reduces defensiveness and encourages cooperation. 13. What is continuous auditing? Continuous auditing is a method where auditors use technology and data analytics to perform real-time or frequent assessments instead of periodic audits. This approach allows for the early detection of errors, fraud, or compliance issues. For example, automated monitoring tools can flag unusual transactions immediately. Continuous auditing improves efficiency, enhances risk management, and provides timely assurance to management. It helps organizations remain proactive in addressing issues rather than relying solely on retrospective audit reports. 14. How do you stay updated with auditing standards? I stay updated through continuous professional development. I regularly attend training sessions, workshops, and webinars offered by professional bodies such as the Institute of Internal Auditors, IIA. I also read industry publications, audit journals, and updates from regulatory authorities. Participating in professional networks allows me to share knowledge and learn best practices. By keeping my skills and knowledge current, I ensure my audit work complies with evolving standards and adds value to organizations. 15. What do you do if management ignores audit recommendations? If management ignores recommendations, I first follow up to understand their reasoning. Sometimes, they may need clarification on risks or implementation feasibility. I present the potential consequences of an action, supported by evidence, to emphasize the importance. If concerns remain unresolved, I escalate the issue to the audit committee or board. Maintaining clear documentation of recommendations and management responses ensures accountability and highlights the seriousness of unresolved risks to decision-makers. 16. How do you use data analytics in internal auditing? I use data analytics to examine large datasets quickly, identify patterns, and detect anomalies that might indicate fraud or inefficiencies. Tools like ACL, IDEA, or Excel help test transactions and verify compliance with policies. Data analytics enhances accuracy by reducing sampling bias and offering full population testing. For example, I might analyze payroll data for duplicate payments or vendor records for unusual trends. Leveraging data analytics improves audit efficiency, quality, and overall effectiveness. 17. How do you evaluate operational efficiency during an audit? To evaluate operational efficiency, I review workflows, resource utilization, and performance metrics. I compare actual outcomes with benchmarks or industry standards to identify gaps. I also analyze cost-effectiveness, employee productivity, and adherence to procedures. Interviews with staff provide insights into practical challenges and inefficiencies. After assessment, I recommend improvements that streamline processes, reduce waste, and enhance performance. The goal is not only to ensure compliance, but also to add value by improving operations. 18. What qualities make a successful internal auditor? A successful internal auditor demonstrates integrity, independence, and professional skepticism. Strong analytical and problem-solving skills are essential for identifying risks and inefficiencies. Communication skills help present findings clearly and persuasively. Attention to detail ensures accuracy, while adaptability allows handling different industries and processes. A successful auditor also demonstrates continuous learning, keeping up with new technologies and regulations. Most importantly, they balance objectivity with collaboration, ensuring audits provide value while maintaining professional credibility. 19. How do you measure the success of an internal audit? The success of an internal audit is measured by its ability to provide meaningful insights and actionable recommendations that lead to improvements. Key indicators include management's implementation of recommendations, reduction of risks, and enhanced compliance. Timely completion of the audit plan, effective communication, and positive feedback from stakeholders are also success measures. Ultimately, a successful audit strengthens governance, improves efficiency, and builds trust by demonstrating the value it adds to the organization. 20. Where do you see yourself in 5 years as an internal auditor? In 5 years, I see myself progressing into a senior internal auditor or audit manager role, leading complex audits and mentoring junior staff. I aim to expand my expertise in risk management, governance, and data analytics to add greater strategic value. I also plan to pursue advanced certifications such as CIA or CISA. My long-term goal is to become a trusted advisor, supporting management in decision-making while maintaining audit independence and credibility. Internal auditor interviews test your ability to evaluate risks, ensure compliance, and improve organizational performance. By preparing answers to these common questions, you can confidently showcase your expertise, professionalism, and value as an auditor. Employers look for candidates who combine technical knowledge with communication and problem-solving skills. With thorough preparation, you can stand out as a reliable, objective, and insightful professional who contributes to accountability, efficiency, and long-term business success.